Hello everyone, have a nice day. Today we'll step into a tender, emotional moment between Tu Tien, Jack, and their little Anna, where one tiny sound can shake an entire home. You'll see how Tu Tien's gentle patience turns into tears of joy, how Jack's confidence suddenly slips into fear, and how Anna's first attempts at speaking become a quiet test of love, presence, and belonging. This isn't just about a baby learning words. It's about two parents learning how to hold each other steady when emotions hit hard. If you find this story interesting, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. Ma, the sound was barely a sound, thin as a raindrop hitting glass, but it landed in the living room like thunder. Tu Tien didn't scream, she didn't clap, she didn't even move at first. Her smile simply widened, slow and trembling, as if her face was afraid the miracle might vanish if she named it too loudly. Jack frozen, his hand hung mid-air with the little rattle, the bells caught between motion and silence. His eyes locked on Anna like he'd just seen time crack open. He forgot to breathe, forgot the rain, forgot the whole world outside this one soft square of carpet. Anna's tiny mouth worked again, almost stubborn, almost curious, and the sound came back, a touch clearer. Ma, ma. Tu Tien's eyes glassed over, but she kept her voice gentle, controlled, as if she were holding a candle in a windstorm. Mom, she whispered, pressing her fingertips to her own chest. Mom, Jack's throat bobbed. He wanted to laugh. He wanted to cry. He wanted to say something brilliant that would make this moment feel bigger than it already was. But his lips parted, and nothing came out. Tu Tien glanced at him, amusement and tenderness mixing in the same breath. Why are you like a statue? She teased softly, so it wouldn't startle Anna. Jack blinked hard, still staring at their daughter. Because she said it. She really said it. His voice came out rough, stunned. And you're just smiling like you expected the universe to do that. Tu Tien's smile turned watery. I didn't expect it. I just hoped. The rain kept tapping the window in patient, steady rhythms. The room was dim and warm, gray daylight turning everything gentle. Cream rug, scattered pastel toys, the soft blanket wrapped around Anna with only her round cheeks and wispy hair showing. Jack sat cross-legged a careful distance away, like moving closer might break the spell. Today he wasn't in a suit, wasn't in CEO mode, but he still carried that same serious focus, as if this was the most important meeting of his life. Tu Tien shifted beside Anna and smoothed the blanket near her chest. Okay, she murmured, more to herself than anyone. We keep it simple, Jack swallowed. Tell me what to do, she handed him the rattle. You keep the beat, I'll guide her. He took it like it was fragile. His fingers trembled when he shook it, light, steady, bells chiming softly under the rain. Tu Tien leaned close to Anna's face, her voice a warm thread. Anna, Anna. Anna watched her mother with slow blinks, the kind of attention that felt ancient and new at the same time. Tu Tien smiled, then repeated, clear and calm. Mom, Mom. She touched her own chest again. Mom. Then she turned her head slightly, letting Anna see both of them. She pointed, gentle, and said her name like a lullaby. Tu Tien? Jack's chest tightened at hearing her say it that way. Like her name wasn't just a person, but a place their child could return to. Tutien glanced at Jack and nodded. Now, just one word. Jack's stomach dropped like he was about to step onto a stage. He leaned in a little, careful not to crowd Anna, and shaped his mouth slowly so she could see. Dad. Anna's gaze shifted to him. Her eyes tracked his lips, studied them, as if she was holding a tiny secret and deciding whether to share it. Jack stopped the rattle without realizing it. Silence spread, wide and delicate. Even the rain felt quieter, like it was listening too. Tutien breathed, barely. Dad, she echoed softly, tapping Jack's chest with one finger. Dad! Jack tried again, voice steadier, heart pounding like a drum he couldn't control. Dad! Anna's mouth moved, a small, searching motion. Jack didn't blink. He couldn't. He waited, frozen in that exact sliver of time, while their daughter stared at him like a doorway, and her lips prepared to form whatever would come next. Anna's lips parted again. For one breath, nothing happened. Just the soft shine of her saliva, the tiny crease between her brows like she was trying to remember a word she'd never owned before. Jack's hands were open in front of him, palms up, as if he could catch the sound if it fell. Dad, he whispered one more time, slower. Dad. Anna stared at his mouth, then flicked her eyes to Tu Tien, quick, checking, like she needed permission. Tu Tien didn't push her. She only smiled, warm and steady, and brushed a knuckle against Anna's cheek. It's okay, she murmured. Try, if you want. Anna's mouth worked again, and then, soft as the rain, Ma, it came out first, again, clearer this time. Ma, Ma. Tutien's breath broke, a quiet laugh mixed with a sob she refused to let loose. She covered her mouth, then lowered her hand and let the tears sit openly in her eyes. Jack didn't move. He just stared at Anna, like the word had physically pinned him to the floor. Tu Tien tilted her head, still smiling through tears. She chose me. Jack finally blinked, once, hard. She didn't choose, he said, but his voice cracked on the last word. She chose, Tu Tien repeated, gentler, not cruel, not triumphant, just honest. I've been the one holding her most. I'm the sound she hears when she wakes up. I'm the smell she knows. Jack's throat tightened. He nodded like he understood, like his mind was logical enough to accept it. But his eyes looked like a man standing outside a door that wouldn't open. Tu Tien reached out and touched his wrist. Hey. Her voice softened into something intimate. Don't disappear on me. Jack swallowed, and the statue finally cracked. He let out a breath that sounded like surrender. Not disappearing, he whispered. I'm just scared. He looked at her again, then at Tu Tien. His came out almost ashamed. I'll always you first, that I'll always be second. Tu Tien's smile, not into anger, but into understanding. She scooted closer, pushing him. Jack, she said quietly. He didn't answer. He couldn't. And only made a frustrated noise, as adults were doing too much. The world had stopped being interesting. She wriggled in the blanket, one tiny fist punching the air. Tien leaned forward, now, and one tear with the back of her hand. Okay, time. Eye together. She pointed at Jack. Jack's chest lifted. He didn't want to admit. He leaned closer to Anna to see him clearly. enough not to overwhelm her. "Dad," he echoed. "Ah," Anna said. Her mouth shaped a sound that was not quite heard. Almost. "Da." His whole face changed in a single second, switching behind his eye. "Did you?" he started, aching. Anna tried again, impatient, as if she hated being misunderstood. "Da." It wasn't polished. It hit Jack like a whip. He pressed a hand to his mouth, and for the first time since his first ma, he moved. He moved fast, leaning forward until his forehead almost touched the blanket, eyes wet, laughing and trembling at once. Two tears hailed, leaf and pouring out like warmth. Slid her finger in his, tight. "See?" she whispered. "You." Jack squeezed her hand like a promise. He looked up again. Ashes, voice low and raw. "She said it," he breathed. "I'd never do that." Tutien leaned in, kissed his temple. Quick, tender, avoidable. "Earn it," murmured to him. "Stay, even when work calls, even when you're tired." Jack nodded once, fiercely, like a vow spoken without ceremony. Behind them, the rain kept tapping the window, and between them, Anna watched, quiet now, like she just placed a thread in each of their hands and dared them not to hold on.
Hello everyone, in this episode, Tutien sits with baby Anna during a rainy afternoon, hoping to hear her first word. Anna softly says "ma" and Tutien smiles through tears while Jack freezes stern and quiet shaken. They try to guide Anna to say that, but Jack grows teens fear he will always be second in Anna's heart. Tutien reassures him with a calm honest, explains that closeness is built through daily presence, not titles. Anna tries again, and after another month, she finally forms a small but clear dad. Jack breaks down in relief, laughing and crying at once, overwhelmed by the feeling of being known. Tutien holds his hand and urges him to stay present, even when work calls. The moment ends with Anna watching them, like she's tied their hearts together. Thank you for watching this episode. See you next time.